So Gorden Tallis takes the Broncos out to a ground that has been very kind to them. 3 grand finals the Brisbane side has won here. 28 matches in total they've played at the Sydney Football Stadium, and they've won 20 of them. 3 weeks he's been out suspended. He's back tonight. The #1 forward in the game of rugby league currently, Gorden Tallis. 94,000 people saw their last clash. That was at Stadium Australia in the grand final. There is a good crowd in tonight on this Good Friday as they resume the battle against the Roosters. Taken out by Brad Fittler, and a roar goes up. Just about every supporter they can muster is in at the Sydney Football Stadium. Given that they don't have a big patronage, they've done well tonight. Let's take a look at the cards. Paul Vaughton and Peter Sterling join me.
A couple of changes for the Roosters tonight. Flannery as fullback, Hegarty and Minichiello the wings, Cross and Singh the centre pairing, Brad Fittler the 5'8" and captain. Sam Ops makes his first grade debut at just 20 years of age for the suspended Paul Green. Ricketson locks the scrum. Fletcher Fitzgibbon the second rowers, Logan Benetti and Korkitis in the front row. He also plays his first grade game. Off the bench, Hood, Crocker, Morley, wing, coached by Graham Murray.
And the Brisbane side are very strong looking outfit tonight. Darren Lockie's the fullback, Takiri and Saylor on the wings. Informed centres in Walker and De Vere. Prince and Berrigan are the halves. Shane Walker's the lock forward. Gorden Tallis and Bradley Myers are the second rowers. Webke and Sivanasiva in the props, and Luke Prentice is the hooker. The change of Harrison Hodges, Carl Webb and Darren Burns up against one of his old clubs.
Sydney Football Stadium, the venue. And Andrew Voss, some news from the referees' room.
Yes, Ray, first of all, the weather a little cooler tonight than we've had so far this season, but the news from the referees' room, I'm told there will be a crackdown on the play the ball area this weekend in matches. Apparently the clubs were informed during the week, and Stephen Clark reminded both captains at the toss he is the policeman, the man on screen when it comes to play the ball infringements, so both teams look out.
Clark blowing time on. Roosters running right left, the Broncos through Lottie Takiri, bring it back, first tackle of the night. Fitzgibbon in 12, one of the tacklers. Both sides losing many of their players from that day in late August. In fact, Brisbane retaining 17 of their grand final squad, the Roosters 11. Tallis with his first handle of the night. 40-metre line, Broncos in. The clearing kick from Lockyer. Going down to bounce inside the Roosters' 20-metre line. This is Minichiello. 11 out. Good chase by the Broncos, mainly from Michael De Vere. And a very good chance for that player to cement his name in the minds of selectors for the New South Wales State of Origin side. He's doing battle with that man that just was tackled, Ryan Cross, tonight. Fletcher.
Yeah, speaking of great clashes, there's Tallis and Fletcher coming together for the first time. On this occasion, Brian Fletcher on the right side of the ledger, earning his side a penalty. 39 out centre field. They're just telling his players what's expected from this next set of 6. The referee just saying the Brisbane players held Fletcher down too long in the tackle.
First penalty of the night then to the home side. They take the tap, and Logan it is, in jumper number 8, who gets it just inside the 30-metre line. This is the young fellow making debut, or one of them, Korkitis, plays it in centre ground, 20 metres out. Fittler then tries to generate something. Ricketson just outside the 10-metre line. And Clark gives a penalty to the Sydney Roosters. Again, it's against the defenders, holding down too long. Fittler indicates they'll take the kick for goal. This is on the western side of the ground, Fitzgibbon. This is the penalty. They were there too long in the mind of Stephen Clark. Early on, trying to emphasise that he wants an open game. His season percentage is very high. Fitzgibbon at 85%. Here he is from 21 out. 3 in from touch, and he's hooked it across. He's forced it dead. Back to the 20-metre line for the non-optional restart from Brisbane. Lockyer. Fittler's underneath it. 35 metres out. And steering Logan back towards the halfway line. He's tackled there by Tallis on top of Scott Prince. Singh. And jumper number 4. He'll handle that well. He's played a lot of centre football. Kokitis. Good struggling run. Nothing standoffish about that from a first-timer. Fittler's pass out along the line and has gone through Fletcher onto Fitzgibbon. It came down. May have come off the hand of Brisbane. No, he's ordered a knock on.
Oh, it definitely came off the hand of a Brisbane player.
Absolutely. This is might be a blue by Stephen Clark, because it was passed, and then Devere gets his hand there and knocks it forward. It's dived on by the Roosters. Should have been play on.
Well, there's been a change now. The decision has been made that it will be a Roosters feed.
Well, he must have got a call from the video referee or one of the touch judges, and the Roosters on the attack through Fittler.
Many people believe that Brad has to increase his involvement rate if his team are to go on and win this competition. Already we've seen him heavily involved. Played by Ricketson, and they come left, and then it's Fletcher inside ball, Fitzgibbon, and then back for Sam Obst. Another of the debut players. Here's Bonetti with a chance. Well, he's just about over, then forced back.
Chance left if they can get wide balls.
Obst. Fittler, second man play. The winger will score. Roosters, Hegarty. Shannon Hegarty is in to score. Beautiful pass. Hit him on the chest. He put it over the line.
He's just having a look here, Stephen Clark, as to whether there was an obstruction from one of the Roosters players. They put on a second man out wide. Let's just have a look at the man he is looking at. Fittler gets the football. Flannery goes through. Matt Singh, does he interfere with anybody? No. That's fine as far as I'm concerned. The decoy runners had every right to run where they did. It opened up space for Shannon Hegarty. What do you think, Paul?
Yeah, it should be fine, Pete. They never really had the numbers there, the Broncos. And what little numbers they had was qualified by this great cutout pass by Brad Fittler. Beautiful ball, that. Matt Singh took a couple out just by simply running. They just went for him. And it was fresh air there for Shannon Hegarty.
They ran really good lines too. If you have a look at Matt Singh, they straightened up and actually went infield, and that kept the likes of Wendall Saylor interested on the inside. Gordon Tallis, a concerned look up at the screen.
He's pondering the question, was there an obstruction? And it's a try. First points of the night to the Sydney Roosters. After 6 minutes, they lead 4-0. That man got the try. Shannon Hegarty. This is how it came. Second man play. Fletcher's pass. Straight to Hegarty. All he had to do was dive over, and they had outnumbered the Broncos.
It's the second time they've run a second man play and looked particularly dangerous. This time it was Brian Fletcher. On the other side, it was Craig Fitzgibbon coming late. That was the ball that was knocked down by Michael Devere, which led to the Roosters scrum feed. Graham Murray has instructed his troops that let's get plenty of bodies in motion, some nice depth, run some decoys, and we're a chance on the fringe and wide out.
I did mention the high involvement of Fittler in the opening exchanges. He was prominent again in that try. And Fitzgibbon, 21 out. One in from touch. Coming around. He's got it. He has nailed it from touch. 6-0 the score. We take a break on the wide world of sports. As we welcome our viewers from overseas and on our cable networks here in Australia. 7 minutes gone. An exciting start for the Roosters. They had all the ball, they had all the penalties, they had all of the territory. And they would have been disappointed had they have come away with nothing. They have got 6 alongside their name. Played by Ricketson. There's the possession ratio. Be no need to panic at this point in time. It's far too early, but that ratio of 82 to 18 emphasises just how dominating the Roosters were in the opening exchanges.
Yeah, bad play the ball here by 23 Corkidis. But he's a likely prospect. He runs hard and straight. He made 20 metres in that run. Undid it all with that poor play the ball.
For the Broncos, they get their first chance. Their first real chance, and this is Lottie Takiri. De Vere to the 30-metre line. Wrapped up by Brian Fletcher. Now, Webke, who really turned it on last weekend. Centre ground, 25 out, attacking the southern end of the ground. That's Lockyer's pass inside to Walker. Chris Walker, the centre. 12 out from the line. Back and across to Gorden Tallis now. Tallis is 7 out on tackle 5. Again they go left for Lockyer. Lockyer puts a kick in. Fielded back there by Flannery, and Flannery is tackled for the line dropout.
A wonderful field of this game already. 8 minutes in, plenty of intensity in these two sides. Not hard to get pumped up for these kind of matches. There's the dusty play the ball from Shane Webke. It's not seen by the referee. At the end of the 6, plenty of chases on the Lockyer kick. Flannery tackled in goal.
Fittler's line drop out, not with a lot of volume, but badly taken by Myers. He did well to regather his feet and then make 5 metres to the 30. Played by Myers. Now it is Sivanasiva taking it to the centre part of the park. 20-metre line, Roosters end. They go back to the blind side, and into it comes De Vere to the 10 metres.
But Gorden Tallis lined up very wide to the right-hand side for the Broncos, outside centre almost.
Berrigan stopping, going back, and then being tackled. Berrigan will play it 8 metres away from the line. Wide for Lockyer. Now, off the fingertips of Scott Prince. He's able to recover before being backslammed. Fittler hit him hard with Fitzgibbon. Tallis uses Walker. Walker's tackle. 10 metres out, that's the turnover.
Yeah, pretty poor last tackle option there. I don't think Gorden Tallis realised it was the last tackle, and a simple blindside play which went nowhere. Now a strong run there by Fitzgibbon.
As they try to come down the short side on the western side of the ground for Flannery. Now Kokidis. Went to Cogram Maris brothers. He's been with the Sydney Roosters junior program for 3 years. So all I can say is that he must have been a St George junior who slipped through the net.
Holding him out there for Luke Critis. Very slow getting back into the defensive line as Scott Logan takes it to the 40-metre line, gets a pass out to Obst. Critis just a little bit dusty despite the fact he's that second marker.
Fittler with the big boot. Lockyer moving away to his left. The bounce has got him and Takiri, with Takiri coming back, trying to circle them. Tackled 15 metres away from the Brisbane line. A quick spread for Saylor, and the crowd roars. The big man to the 30-metre line. Own in. Now, the other of the Walkers, Shane, playing at lock forward in 13. Sivanasiva with a good offering, ending 3 metres from halfway. Pritis then running off to his right and picked up by Fittler. Clark was playing the advantage.
Logan. Scott Logan. Freddie, Scott Logan.
Penalty goes to the Broncos. Lockyer stabbing for touch. 2-1 penalties, the home side. Prittis then taking the tap, and Sivanasiva takes them on. Met by Fitzgibbon, leaving the ground to make the tackle. Now for Prince, and he dummies and then tries to step. Pulled down by Kokidis and Bonetti. They're 5 metres from the line as Prittis uses Walker. Walker away for Lockyer. Lockyer for Takiri. And again the defence holds. Takiri on 3. They'll play it 5 metres out. That's where they are. Now for Lockyer. Long ball, nicely taken by Berrigan, given up for Tallis. Tallis offers the ball, finds Lockyer. Lockyer comes back to the 10, puts the kick in. Oh, the bounce has gone over Sailor's head.
Great defence there by the Roosters. Brisbane having to resort to the kick to try and get through them. Lovely kick by Darren Lockyer. He was there in second phase play after an offload by Tallis. Unlucky bounce for Wendall Sailor.
How good was the kick? Very difficult.
Brisbane with a long ball. Takiri for the corner. He steps, he's over the line. Takiri's over. Try to the Broncos. Coming against the play.
Against the play because it was against the feed. Very rare, even in the modern game where it's supposed to be more of a contest. A good heel by the right side prop. And then the cutout pass was the beauty. Minichiello came racing up to try and snuff things out. A little bit of work for Takiri to do to beat Ryan Cross. Ricketson, in fact, it might be the fullback there, but totally against what the Roosters were expecting. They thought they'd be running the football out off their own line.
Yeah, that big right hoof of Petro Sivanasiva reefed it back, caught the Roosters unawares. On the end of that backline movement, Lottie Takiri, easy meat for him, big left foot step, got inside the defence.
There's Takiri, 4th for the season. A scrum won against the feed. Let's have a look at the near side props and where their feet go. Yeah, see, what concerns me is they brought a rule in that the near side props are supposed to have their outside foot forward, and the half is to put the ball between those 2 feet.
And I think it's just a great strike from Sivanasiva.
Oh, no doubt about that, Pete.
The ball was going into the second row. They did a fantastic job to get it back.
I think
absolutely.
It might have actually been Prittis, and then Sivanasiva helped it on its way.
It's a rule that I look at every week, and I'm convinced that they're having trouble policing it. It's almost been thrown out. But the Roosters have put it into the second row and still lost it. That's the bottom line. 5 in from touch for Michael De Vere. It looks good. Oh, it doesn't just look good. It's another 2 points. It is 6-all. 16 gone, the grand final replay. Tremendous excitement. Wonderful crowd in by today's standards on this Good Friday match. Close to the sideline for the Broncos. And the red-headed second rower Bradley Myers is pulled down. 25 out from his own line. 16 minutes gone. And it's been a tremendous combat. It's been one end or the other since the original possession glut that the Roosters enjoyed started to level out. Andrew Voss sideline.
And Ray, the Roosters have made their first interchange of the night. Adrian Morley, the Englishman, is out there in 16. The player replaced Michael Korkidis. Played the opening 15 minutes. I thought he handled it pretty well. At one stage, he had a verbal run-in with Gorden Tallis. Gorden gave him the welcome to first grade, and Korkidis stood his ground and returned serve.
Bossy, we're enclosed up here. What about the atmosphere? It looks like a pretty healthy crowd here.
Oh, I could only make a comparison to say last Friday night at Brookvale, the improvement on atmosphere alone is about 300, maybe 400%. It's fantastic for tonight. Lives up to the credo of grand final rematch.
Minichiello plays the ball inside the 30-metre line. Logan gets it outside it. Bonetti waits to go to the right and then finds Fletcher. Fletcher takes it to ground. Morley was there waiting for it. They're on the 40-metre line. They're outside it now. As Ricketson fires it for Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon looking to unload. Logan fires it across to Hegarty. Hegarty inside ball for Singh, and Singh is tackled on the halfway line. Now for Fittler. This is Obst. And he puts this kick in, this dynamo, this little dynamo. Probably, I don't think I've seen a player as small as him since a bloke called Mark Shulman or maybe Johnny Colt. I was reading a story where his hero is Alan Langer, or was Alan Langer, and here's Myers. I think you can go even smaller than Alan Langer. Myers plays it on the halfway line. Tallis then angling back in with the ball free before taking the tackle. Played back to Priddis, and Priddis then finding Lockyer. Lockyer living up in the first receiver position, and then it's Berrigan. Played back for De Vere. De Vere back for Lockyer. Lockyer to the boot. And this time he's tried to put it between winger and fullback. It's allowed to bounce. Saylor can't get a catch on it. Hegarty's got it. Oh, that was hard in the mouth stuff.
It was a great kick. More good luck than good management, allowing Hegarty to finally clean this up. It's the ball despite the attention of two Broncos. A penalty going the Roosters' way is a nice relieving one, and a huge kick. Will it find touch? No.
Saylor batting it back in. Crowd believing that Lockyer was offside. I don't know that he was. He's given a penalty.
Yeah, well, the referee asked the touch judge, was he offside? Touch judge said yes.
Who was that? I can't hear a thing. Gorden.
He tapped it. He's out of the field of play.
Lockie
come back
if he was out of the field of play, we would have called the ball out.
Right.
He was in front of him, he's tapped it, and then Gorden, Darren Lockyer was in front of him offside.
Let's have a look at this. No. No.
Horribly wrong there. Touch judge 4 centimetres away, couldn't read it.
No way in the world was Lockyer in front of Saylor when he batted it back into the field of play. 12 metres out from the Broncos line. A very big call. Ops with the ball away. Centre of the ground, 10 metres out, being played by Morley. Now from Fletcher, finding Cross. Ryan Cross will play it. 2 metres from the line. Fletcher, Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon is held. 2 away again.
They're still short again, Brisbane on this side. Slow play, the ball hasn't helped.
Bonetti for Obst, and Obst for Fittler. Fittler looking for a second man, takes it himself. 3 metres out, tackle 5. Obst puts a kick back in, and beautifully taken by Scott Prince. The Broncos 5/8. Reaction time, brilliant. Sivanasiva settling it inside the 20-metre line. Chris Walker, who's really become an overnight sensation with the Broncos since Wayne Bennett let him out of the corral. 30-metre line. They pack the blind side, and Myers runs it solo to the 40. Back for Luke Priddis, looking for a State of Origin jumper. Oh, Scott Prince, that is wonderful. Lucky, but wonderful.
I think he falconed himself.
Walker got a kick back into the centre of the park. And the Roosters now ignite. Hegarty. Back on their own 40-metre line. Played back to Minichiello. Crosses with the ball, and 3 defenders wait for him to put him to ground.
Just a little bit of punch has gone out of the Roosters' attack at the moment. Got a great deal of depth there. That's 3 taking it inside the half.
Fletcher now drifting across towards Logan, taking the tackle on the Broncos 40-metre line. Bonetti finding Fittler. Fittler takes Ricketson with him, takes the tackle, and Webke gets the ball away to Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon takes on Tallis. Tallis and Fitzgibbon. And Fitzgibbon made to play the ball. Halfway line, the kick from Obbs down into Takiri's corner. Lockyer goes back towards Takiri's side of the ground, but De Vere is there. And De Vere is put down 22 metres out from his own line. 17 on for the Broncos, Darren Burns. Just inside the 40-metre line. Myers. Great contest.
Gorden Tallis has had a big first stanza, and he's just out there walking a little bit at this stage as they go down the left-hand side, but he's made a huge difference to this Brisbane Broncos pack. Runs hard and straight.
Critters on the 30-metre line. Played back to Shane Walker. Now for Berrigan. Beautiful pass. Prince out in the centres. The ball away from Lockyer. Picked up by Hegarty. Hegarty tries to start something. 38 metres out from his own line. Play back to Fletcher. Fletcher for Morley. The freshest of the forwards out there for the red, white and blues. Bonetti crossing halfway. Running at Prince. A boo from the crowd. They claim the Broncos were inside the 10. Then Fletcher over the 40-metre line and taken down by Burns and Webke. There they are, almost in the centre of the ground. They are now. Fittler across to Obst, and Obst tries to step Walker, the lock, who pulls him down on the 30-metre line. 2 interchanges, Roosters, 1 Brisbane, as Fittler kicks ahead. Oh, the bounce was difficult, but Lockyer came up with it. Sailor on the right-hand side and is able to beat 2 before running into Fitzgibbon and Bonetti. Just beyond his own 20-metre line. For Burns, running the short side. 30 line. Prince for Tallis. Tallis, a strong run. 15 metres of it. Almost to the halfway line. Webke rolling on down the ground. Tremendous involvement from Tallis and Webke. Sees them on the 40-metre line, Roosters end. Now Berrigan, he loses the ball. Fitzgibbon will play on for the Roosters.
Let's play on. 1-on-1, strip from Chris Walker on Fitzgibbon. Unbelievable. 6 tackles now, 20 out.
Berrigan, second man play. Finding Prince. Walker to the blind side. Wide as it may be. Lockyer will play it. Nothing offering. Critters, dummies. To Burns going one way. Finds Prince, who was very hesitant, and Tallis is with the ball. Now the Broncos are 9 metres out. Critters for Berrigan. Berrigan for Webke. And that's a good tackle made there by Luke Ricketson. 5 gone. Critters finding Lockyer. Lockyer puts it into the end goal. They're looking for a repeat set. He's gone over the dead ball line. Line drop out.
They're doing everything right, the Broncos. They're very powerful side. That strip from Chris Walker was just unbelievable. Here it is. There's the mistake by Berrigan. He loses it. Fitzgibbon looks a bit tired. He dives on it. Walker just picks his time and just goes like stealing a handbag off an old lady in the street. Fantastic.
No tackle being completed, of course, despite the fact Fitzgibbon was on the ground. And then Brad Myers. He's been as good as anybody in the first 25 minutes. Restart goes 45.
Sivanasiva brings it back to the 30-metre line. Put down by Ricketson. Webke now takes it to the 20. 4 interchanges already made by the Roosters as Sailor surges to the 10 metres to the open side for Berrigan, and Berrigan for Prince, and Prince turns it back inside. Oh, Shane Walker was totally unguarded as Ricketson put him away. Now Pritis able to pop it. Sivanasiva gets it over the line. He'll go to the video referee. Petro Sivanasiva claiming a try.
It's been a real power play from Brisbane in the last 5 to 10 minutes. Just unbelievable surges by their forwards. A couple of lost balls late in the tackle count hasn't helped them, but here's another one. Sivanasiva body on the line, through three defenders, gets the ball down. No dramas with that at all.
You know, Droves, I think Stephen Clark spoke to his touch judge. He said, look, there's a slightest chance of a double movement. Did he ground it short? But on that replay, he grounded it on the line. And there's the try.
And a simple task for De Vere to make the Brisbane lead 6 points.
So 3 tries, 2 to Brisbane, 1 to the Roosters. De Vere adds the extra 2. The Broncos lead the Roosters 12-6. 28 minutes gone, we go to a break. Back at the Sydney Football Stadium, the Broncos 12-6 with Tallis back on the bench. A blistering comeback after a 3-week suspension. Really has spearheaded the Broncos as Sivana continues the stampede. 30-metre line. Brilliant efforts by Sivana, Webke and Tallis. But the Broncos make a mistake now.
Yeah, just a forced pass there from Wendall Sailor. Very dangerous again. Great run from Sivana, straight through Crocker. That was the pass that went astray.
Stephen Clark picking up the #1 game at the expense of Bill Harrigan and his problems in the St George Illawarra Penrith game last weekend, as the Roosters win it on the halfway line, and it's with Ryan Cross, who makes a good effort. 15 metres, in fact, 35 metres out from the Broncos line. And here is Ricketson. Andrew, sideline.
Yeah, just a comment on Petro Civoniceva. He's up against one of his fellow contenders for the Queensland Origin prop spot tonight in Scott Logan. Well, Scott Logan replaced on the interchange in the 23rd minute. Civoniceva looks like he might play out the whole half, and scoring a try as well as his general play's been outstanding.
Here's Morley copping a buffeting out wide. Put down eventually by Darren Burns. Now Fletcher. He's tackled by the same man. 5th tackle. The Roosters fan club, they go up with the chant. Fittler rolls it in behind Berrigan. He's cleaned up by Flannery. It's a line dropout for the Broncos.
This is what all teams in the NRL are trying to do. Get back-to-back sets of 6, especially when you get to the very elite level we're watching tonight. Even more important. Way to crack best defences is to keep the pressure on. The Roosters now have that opportunity through a well-placed kick from Brad Fittler.
Line dropout. Bouncing down towards halfway. Well, that will allow the Broncos to get right down the ground. They did. Out to the 40-metre line. Dallas Hood. Murray not frightened to use interchanges. Maybe some have been forced on him, I'm not sure. Craig Wing. 18 out from the line. Fittler. Then back for Fletcher. Back now for Fittler. He sweeps it back for Dallas Hood. Hood back for the number 15. Michael Croker. Blindside play for Dallas Hood. Now for Shannon Hegarty, and Hegarty, the scorer of the try, is made to play at 5 metres out from the line on 5. Fittler. Drifting. Oh, Fletcher. And run, cross. And Minichiello is short, but it's gone forward.
Unbelievable. Great backline passing movement. The last pass has been deemed to go forward. Look at these passes. Fantastic. That was a beauty. This one from Ryan Cross. Yes, the referee got it right.
Cal Webb in 15 is on for the Broncos. Sailor. 4 for the Roosters, 3 for the Broncos. I thought it might have been a bit higher than actually it is. As they get near halfway, the Broncos. 2 tries to 1, 2 converted tries to 1 converted try. Halftime is 8 minutes away. Time flies when you're having a good time. Minichiello. 28 metres out from his line. We'll play it back to Flannery. Flannery is pulled down before he could get the ball away to Ryan Cross. Many aspiring Origin players out there tonight. As Fittler turns it back in. He gave a hard pass for Obst and he puts it down.
Yeah, I think Obst was just put off a little bit by the fact Ryan Cross was in the same vicinity as Takiri. 35 metres out. Big 8 minutes coming up here for both teams, especially the Roosters trailing by 6.
And Wayne Bennett wants to get Gorden Tallis back into the game. There's a 10-minute break waiting for him. At half-time, he wants him back into the action prior to the break. Sailor angling to the 20-metre line. Webke was alert. Berrigan gets it away. Myers on the bounce, scoops it away for Lockyer. Lockyer on for De Vere. De Vere comes off his left foot and runs away from Takiri. 19 metres out from the line. Will the Broncos do it again before half-time? Scott Prince goes for a few paces before he's put down 9 metres out. Sivanasiva wants it up the middle, and there he is, putting it out the back, over the head of Prince. Scott Prince then just regathers himself in the tackle on 5, and Pritter serves it up for Lockyer. Lockyer rolls it in. Here we go again, and it's taken dead by Minichiello. It is another line drop out. They are getting the second best if they can't get the best.
Such a cool head, Darren Lockyer. He takes so much pressure off the likes of Berrigan and Prince in so many different areas, especially the kicking game close to the line. Second or third time we've seen him do that tonight. Makes the difficult task in the game look very easy.
Just outside 6 minutes of the first half to go. Fantastic first half duel. 12-6 the Broncos. They won the grand final 14-6. Webke. 14-6 it was in front of 94,000 people at the Stadium Australia. Webke now. Burns running around the back of the decoy offered by Chris Walker. Now Priddis down for Berrigan. Berrigan looks to take Webke with him. Good tackle, grasping tackle by Morley.
It's got to be a penalty.
And I'm watching Stephen Clark. He had the whistle to his mouth, and he allows the Broncos to play on. Scott Prince's tackle on the 20-metre line, tackle 5. Priddis now putting it on the boot. It's too heavy. So the pressure will come off the Roosters just for a moment.
Well, I don't know whether Stephen Clark was playing some sort of advantage, whether the Roosters players interfered, but there's got to be a penalty in that play of the ball somewhere, one way or the other.
Well, I think he might have missed it, Pete. There's some players in front of him.
Ball loose for the moment. Hegarty scampering away. He's like lightning and he's almost through. Pulled down 35 out from his own line. Ricketson. Surging run by the Roosters, locked forward and then losing the ball.
Now that's more like it by the Roosters. Some great runs by Hegarty and then Ricketson. They made 50 metres up the deck and then a penalty. Bradley Myers makes the second tackle.
You got a hold of him. Mate, I said to Gorden at the toss, we're going to clean these play the balls up. I don't want any pushing or lying around, mate, and that's exactly what we don't want. That, okay? Thank you.
It's a fair enough penalty.
Well, Clark was giving an indication. I thought that he'd lost the ball, but he's actually given the penalty. Fair enough. Now a chance just in front of half-time for the Roosters. Dallas Hood. 20 metres in, 19 out. Ricketson with a juggle.
Keep an eye on Craig Wing. He gets a chance out of dummy half.
Here he goes, Wing. Now Obst. And he's tackled a metre from the line. Back from Wing again. This is Flannery. 2 metres up. Wing to dummy half. Now for Fletcher. Fletcher and Fittler. Fittler's over. The big man is in to score. Brad Fittler scores. 1 the Fletcher and Fittler combination.
They throw a lot of passes between each other. They are the key to this Roosters outfit. Don't worry about that. Fletcher as much as Brad Fittler. Just have a look as he goes across field. We freeze it there. Just have a look at the gap opening up here. A little bit slow to come across some of the Brisbane players. Lockyer coming across at speed there. And as play continues, Fittler able to run into a pretty big gap so close to the line. Unstoppable from that distance.
Close proximity kick. 13 out right in front. That's level. That is even Stevens. Murray, the Roosters coach, satisfied now. Vossi.
And Ray, I call this the Roosters F troop. Fletcher and Fittler combining. Brian Fletcher, I had a good chat with him during the week going into this match. We featured him in our opener tonight. He says he always lifts when he comes up against a Brisbane side that includes Gorden, Tallis. He's had a fine game tonight, Brian Fletcher, and the Roosters, his side, they really needed it coming up to half-time.
Well, you saw a shot there of Tallis still on the bench. We had a shot of him on the sideline earlier with 8 minutes to go. I thought he was coming back on. But no. Oh. Lifting. I thought for a moment there might have been an inquiry into that tackle. The Roosters, they go back to the halfway. The little men combine. Obst plays it back to wing. Now for Ricketson. This is Ryan Cross. 35 out. And 1 minute and 5 seconds out from half-time. Obst finding Fittler. Fittler kicking down the left side for Sailor to bring it back. 17 away from his line. Fast and furious. Walker.
Inside the final minute. I think both coaches will be fairly satisfied with their Chargers efforts out there in this first half. Be interested to hear what Vossi can learn from the sheds, what Graham Murray and Wayne Bennett can make the difference between these two sides. As Webb, strong challenge, 40 out, pops a pass to Pritis. It's a knock on. No, it's come off the leg, according to Stephen Clark.
Well, you can hear from the crowd, they're not happy with the ruling as Myers loses the ball. Obst to wing. 5 seconds of the first half remaining. Fletcher. Now Crocker. Tackled on the 30-metre line. That should be half-time. One more play. Brad Fittler. He's isolated the fullback. Got the ball away. Crocker. Crocker put it down. Walker comes away. Now it's out to Takiri. Takiri has got 90 metres to go. He's sprinting. And he's pulled down near halfway by Ryan Cross.
What a tackle. What a tackle by Ryan Cross.
What a half of football.
That's what you get when you've got the two favourites for the comp out there. Both great football sides. 12 all.
Second half then underway. With the scoreline locked together at 12 all, 2 converted tries apiece. With the Roosters moving level just before half-time with a try by their captain, Brad Fittler. This is Dallas Hood now. Roosters then with the first use of the football in the second half, which will find it hard to rival the excitement of the first half, no doubt. Fletcher, one of the key players. And the frequency of Fletcher and Fittler, quite incredible. From one to the other and then back again as Morley plays the ball. And Fittler to the 30-metre line, fires it for Singh. Beautiful take at full speed, and then it was high above his head. And a penalty, it's a turnover, I should say. As Clark calls the tackle. He's waving Gorden Tallis back to where Matt Singh was tackled on the 20-metre line. Wendall Sailor pushing away from Dallas Hood, met by Fittler now, and eventually pulled down by Dallas Hood. Now from Berrigan, it's gone across to Lockyer, moving away from his 20-metre line, and He'll play it on the western side of the ground. 20 metres short of halfway for Michael De Vere. 9 of Brisbane's grand final squad remaining. Just adjusting a comment I made earlier. And he's been smashed, hasn't he? Very good. He's come up with his head on the football. And Clark is ordered to knock on.
Just wondering whether a Brisbane teammate actually caused the problems here for Sean Berrigan. Webb was going over the sideline, so he throws it back. Berrigan gets the football, is taken by Luke Ricketson immediately. Seemed to be okay until there. No, in fact, he loses the football. Good decision there and an early mistake against the visitors.
So a chance for the back line of Sydney Roosters to attack them to the 30-metre line with Flannery. Singh, and they hit it down the short side again with Ricketson. Hegarty waits. Now for Fletcher. Fletcher bumping away and getting it to within 15 metres before handing it down for Singh. Singh for Fittler. Fittler's inside the 10. Oh, grassing tackle. Priddis it was that made the main tackle. Now it's away for Wing, and then it's gone on for Ricketson. It's forward. Pass was forward.
Well, what about that tackle by Luke Priddis? Brad Fittler was heading for the line. Here he goes, good ball for Matty Singh. He was through the gap, and Priddis had to make that second effort to get there. What a great effort it was. That ball deemed to go forward.
Again, all of that movement starting from a Brian Fletcher offload. He attracted 3 and 4, still got it away to Matt Singh. As Kiri rushes off a couple. They keep coming. He loses ground in the end.
Good defence by the Roosters. Andrews back from the sheds. Yes, Andrew.
And really, Ray, some similar addresses from the two coaches at half-time. Fairly low-key. Wayne Bennett and Graham Murray thrilled with the effort and the defence of their two teams. Interesting what Graham Murray had to say, though. He said to his players, we can't just grind this out. We are going to have to play some football to beat Brisbane, which could mean at some stage in the second half taking a few chances. And the way they've come out in this second half, I think he's really living up. The team is living up to everything Graham Murray was hoping from his team. And with Gorden, Tallis back on for Burns at half-time, that's 4 changes apiece used by the two teams from the first 40 minutes.
Scott Prince then. Reefing it down the ground. Good long kick. And Flannery brings it away from his 10-metre line. Bradley Myers lines him up. And the kicker was the next to arrive. We're back for Minichiello. And Minichiello offloading for Hegarty. So the wingers combine. 20-metre line, Roosters end of the park, eastern side. Nicely accommodated grandstand on the far side. In fact, it's a very good Friday crowd. Living up to its reputation, actually. Without the Easter show next door, it's still been able to attract a very nice crowd. Fletcher to the halfway. 12 all the score. First one, then the other. Fittler puts it down the ground for Lockyer to run and then finds Akiri, loses the ball. Obsters with it, beats De Vere.
Not often he makes a decision like that, Darren Lockyer. There was really nothing on for Lottie Takiri. He had probably 2 or 3 defenders on him. Surprised that Lockyer decided to throw the pass.
Alice Hood. Wing. Fittler now dancing away from the 20, finding Fletcher. And Fletcher tried to throw the ball and got it back in, but it's been touched. That's why he was able to catch it. Deflected down by the Roosters. Tackle count nullified. Fittler's pass for Crocker. Crocker a metre from the line. Hegarty now. Ricketson. Back to the centre of the park. Now Fittler waits on the left as they go the other way. Hood for Obster. Jolting hit by De Vere. Wing at dummy half. Now for Fletcher. Fletcher cuts out Fittler. High ball, well taken, Ricketson. Inside ball. Over they go. I think that's Morley. Adrian Morley has crashed over to score. It is 16-12, the Sydney Roosters leading.
And sustained pressure there. A mistake by Darren Lockyer, in my mind, throwing the ball to Lottie Takiri. And then, very similar to Brad Fittler try, the cutout pass going wide. We freeze it there. You can see that Morley was actually going that way and comes back, and the gap is opening up on the inside. This is going to be the gap as play continues on. It's not coming across quickly enough was Shane Webke. He was a front rower and he was fairly wide. So well executed. Both teams look very dangerous when they get the ball wide.
Well, the Roosters have been going to the outside most of the night, and that's a great option back on the inside there by Ricketson. Passing before the line, and they caught out the big prop on the inside. Adrian Morley gets his first try in the NRL. Here in Australia, the Great Britain second rower.
So that's the conversion attempt, confronting Michael Crocker. 20 out, 20 in from the eastern side. Strikes it, and it's there. So they've all been converted. It is 18-12 at the 48th minute. Just wondering whether Tallis didn't show enough confidence in Scott Prince's defence there. As we welcome our audience back through the Nine Network here in Australia, we are watching a thoroughly entertaining game of rugby league. The try scorer is tackled. Morley. Cross just outside the 20. Fletcher. Myers driving down, the ball coming free. Clark says play on. Hard work by Myers and Webke getting possession back for the Broncos. Sivanasiva will play the ball at 18-12 down. 9 minutes gone, second half. Tallis away from the 20-metre line, still able to unload. Walker pulled down by Dallas Hood and Michael Crocker. Playing it back to Priddis. And then for Berrigan, leaving the 20 behind him, picking up the 15, that is Carl Webb. He's lost the ball. So it'll go down to a scrum, 15 away from the Roosters line. Blood coming from the mouth of Carl Webb. Little Tony, or Sam Obst it was, the son of Tony.
He showed plenty of ticker there, didn't he? He's only about 3'4", and I think Carl Webb was steaming at him. Just took him front on. His dad was a very good player for Redcliffe in Queensland during the 70s.
You would have played against him, would you?
Actually did, yep. And Sam's got all of his qualities.
Strong run by Minichiello off the right wing, ending just inside the 30-metre line. Singh through the gap, then the gap was closed. Over halfway now. Unload through to Hood and away to Fitzgibbon. 5 interchanges for the Roosters, 4 for Brisbane. Flung back by Morley to the ground and picked up by Fitzgibbon. Tallis takes him. Knock on, is it? Yes. What's he saying?
Yeah, knock on. There was a knock on there just waiting to happen. Some pretty ordinary passing. All desperation passes didn't have to be thrown. And he's got Ricketson actually come off his knee. But it just might have been a tiny one there at the death.
Well, Brisbane will be very keen. It's time to get through their set of 6. They are the side that have made the mistakes early in this second half. Already they've paid penalty with 6 points on the scoreboard against them as De Vere takes it inside the opponent's half.
Carl Webb tackled on the 40-metre line. The other match played in Melbourne tonight. The Storm 52, the Eagles 18. 12 all at half-time it was, so the Storm really became turbulent in the second half.
Well, they got a point a minute second half. Unbelievable.
Tallis away from wing, puts a fend out, beats Hood, runs towards the corner, pulled down. 7 away from Priddis. He finds Berrigan. Berrigan long out to Prince. Prince even wider out to De Vere. De Vere looking for the corner. And that's the turnover.
Yeah, another great tackle there from Ryan Cross. De Vere had a bit of room to move. Cross was on the inside. And he came over swooping and smashed him into the corner.
Flannery. Now, Kokidis, who we saw for about 15 minutes at the start of the game, to the 30-metre line, played by wing. Fitzgibbon now, outside the 40. Obst. Fittler. Kicking down to open space. What's the chase like? Well, it's found the line. And 5 metres out from the corner post.
Yeah, it's a great kick from Brad Fittler, and he's dewing the troops up. Good field position. Get just inside his own half. If you're going to give possession to the opposition, that's where you want to do it. 95 from your own line.
That's a great kick, because the Brisbane forwards have worked pretty hard tonight. They've got there's nothing worse when you're a forward having to turn around, stroll back about 50 metres into a corner. Now you've got 90 metres to get to the opposing line.
We've got Wendall Sailor into 5'8" here. It looks as though he'll be the man to try and take the first ruck out from the danger area. Oh, what about that? Is that Morley? Yeah.
It was Morley on Sailor. And just for a moment, I thought he was going to smash him, and then Sailor was able to regain his feet. Now to Keary. Throwing the ball back, and then it came off Kokidis.
I think Kokidis played at it, but well, it's gone out off the Roosters. He's given the Brisbane feed. Just wondering whether the Kokidis played at the football. That's still a very strong effort from Morley. He had some pace up. Back in from Takiri. Oh, gee, there was a late movement playing at it, wasn't it?
Broncos! Bring it back! Bring it back! Bring it back! Bring it back!
Derby Doncaster Day tomorrow at Royal Randwick. Massive day. What is it, $8 million worth of prize money or something? You'll see it live tomorrow on the one and only The Wide World with Simon and Ken. The Sailor is put down out there by Brad Fittler. Flannery cleaning it up at the end. Prince. The Roosters really rising now. They're lifting. Enthusiasm is high as Fittler keeps driving them. Hood and Crocker making that tackle with Kokidis. Halfway line. Prentice now with a 15-metre run. Make that 20 metres from Prentice. Berrigan on the left for Walker the lock, and then for Tallis, and Tallis getting through. Eventually Fitzgibbon pulling him down. To the right for Lockyer. Left foot kick, purposeful towards Sailor. Battered down, taken by Fittler. The captain snuffs it out. Singh. Hegarty. Logan about to come back into the game. More and more yards being gained by dummy half running. Crocker through. Up the middle goes Crocker. To Lockyer now. Lockyer brings him down eventually. It was Burns who cleaned up. Now from Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon to Kokidis. It's loose. Picked up by Berrigan. Berrigan gets it away. It's with De Vere now, and De Vere is tackled by Flannery.
Oh, what a shame for the Roosters. A great run by Crocker. And a good quick play of the ball. They were on the charge. But a mistake made to Keary. Off some heavy action as he strives to go up the field.
This is Burns. 5 left for the Roosters, 6 left for Brisbane. A penalty going to Brisbane.
The concern I've got with the Brisbane side, I know they're still finding their feet there, but the authority shown by Berrigan and Prince at this end of the field. They've got to step up and be the directors.
Myers. Priddis sweeping it along. Berrigan, Tallis, Berrigan, the run around. They've made the extra man. Walker now being shown the sideline. Back inside for Sailor. Wendall scores. Wendall scores. Ah, Chris Walker. That was a beautiful piece of rugby league. It is 18-16.
That was magical. They defended it pretty well, the Roosters. A nice run around. I love the run around in the game. Forces the opposition to make a decision. As we freeze it there, you can see the winger is a long way back, Matty Singh, so there's space out wide. But when play continues, Walker catches the football. They cover it well. He goes his own on the outside, and that's just a miracle ball to be able to find Wendall Sailor amongst 4 Rooster defenders.
De Vere with 2 from 2 is 18 in from touch on the eastern side. 18 metres out to make it level. There it goes. Hits it beautifully. Flags are in the air. It is 18-all at the 59th minute of the grand final replay. Slowly back for the restart. It's fatigue. Plays its part. Welcome back. 18-all. Fittler with the restart, and again we find ourselves deadlocked. It was 6-0 Roosters. It was 6-all. It was 12-6 Broncos. It was 12-all. It was 18-12 Roosters. It's 18-all. Interchanges being used up. Just outside the 30-metre line, Sailor plays the ball to Keary as the runner. 43 out from his line. Tallis then. Petrel in the tank. Petrel to Burn. Oh, what a run! Rampaging performance by Tallis. Walker in and away, beating Craig Wing. 15 from the line. Here they come. Premiership favourites, the Broncos. Prince. Berrigan. Berrigan puts it in behind Minichiello. He'll be trapped in goal. Minichiello. And it'll be line dropout time again.
That's really good stuff from the halves now. The run around the last time they were down there led to a try. This time Berrigan, he made a decision. He got a great kick in. Had to be perfectly placed. That's the kind of authority that Wayne Bennett is looking for from his number 7 and number 6. When they get this end of the field, they have to come up with the right decisions. They're doing so. It'll be the toughest stage of the game under pressure.
Fittler with the 4th drop out of the night for the Roosters. Sailor back running at Hegarty. Singh an assist. Now it is Darren Burns driven into the ground. Left a dent on the grass. Back for Berrigan. Berrigan for Lockyer. Lockyer quick hands to Veer. Off the left foot to the 10-metre line. Tackler was Fitzgibbon. From Takiri now to Lockyer, and then from Walker the lock, and then for Scott Prince. Ah, beautiful ball. Burns is short. Chance again though, with Priddis having a dig. Tallis, watch him. He could go. He does. Tallis from dummy half. Now what is happening? He wants to have a look at it. Whether or not Tallis has made the line is problematical.
Yeah, he's tried to ground the football. Has he lost it? Has he scored a try?
Doesn't look that confident, does he?
No,
Gordon?
he's swearing to himself. He's chastising himself. He took him on. There's 2 of them there. He tries to bang it down. And he's dropped it.
Well, desperate defence there from the Roosters, and so too the tackle before Brad Fittler, a try saver on Darren Burns.
How did Darren Burns not score? Because he was tackled by Fittler. Yeah. It's a great tackle.
That's how it happens, yeah.
So this will be no try. Nick Stone, video ref. tonight, assisting Stephen Clark. So with the error made by the attacking side in goal, 20-metre optional, and the Roosters with Ryan Cross will play the ball just outside their own 30-metre line. Fletcher. Webke coming over the top of Tallis and Priddis to make the tackle, but they're making yards. Both sides running freely. Now the Roosters to the 40-metre line. Broncos in. Morley with a full head of steam to the 30-metre line. One of the Roosters try scorers. Ricketson. Fittler. Fittler's kick is high. It's got a question mark on some of the runners. The bounce is down for Hegarty. Then back for Logan. Turnover. Well, I just thought for a moment there might have been some runners off the Fittler kick that were offside. And here's Fittler. No, they're okay. Webke. Priddis now. Darren Burns. Used to be with South Sydney, Queenslander from Dalby, or is it Dalby, Paul? I'm not sure, but it's where he hails from.
His dad's actually a very famous horse trainer out in Dalby. Desi. Had a great horse called Candy Rock many years ago.
Sound like Clarence the Clocker.
As long as he doesn't start to get trained.
Singh playing it on the 40-metre line. Now Fittler. Fittler finding Fletcher. What's he call him? The F Troop, Vossi. This is Obst.
That's them, Fletcher and Fittler.
Young Obst. His grandfather played for Australia back in '56. Ken McCrowan. He's got a great pedigree. Now Fittler. Back for Morley. Morley tries to take them on. A little bit more intense than the football he became used to week in and week out, I would imagine. Ricketson puts a kick down to Lockyer. Lockyer beats them all. Beats them all and comes away. Slammed down 30 metres out by Logan. Very good. To Keary to the 40-metre line.
That's why the footy is so good this year. Got rid of unlimited interchange. Now fatigue is a factor. And the footballers, the great footballers, will come to top of the tree, especially in games like this. 18 all with less than 15 to go. There's a Shepherd. A chance now for the Roosters.
Clear-cut ruling for my obstruction. Man taken out. Prevented from getting at the ball carrier by an accidental obstruction, I might add. Tap taken by Ring. And that's Logan. Oh, passing in a lofted fashion under pressure. On a very early tackle, it was unnecessary. Webke plays it then, close to halfway. Saylor crosses the halfway. Fittler takes him low. Logan goes up the top with Fletcher. 10 interchanges used by the Roosters. 2 more than Brisbane. Burns. Right on the 40-metre line. Sydney's end of the ground. Sydney versus Brisbane. Played by Webke. Now Berrigan. Runners with him everywhere. And taken down by Hegarty, and Fittler comes up with the ball. He's really popped up in a lot of places, Brad Fittler, tonight. Scrambling, making himself ready and available. Scoring a try. A couple of Broncos getting tangled up in defence. Fletcher looks for an opening. Taken by Webke and Priddis.
And a fresh Craig Wing out there now. as Luke Ricketson takes it inside the opponent's half. Wing's got 6 tries already this year. Can he be the difference? As a penalty late in the tackle count.
Yeah, he's got De Vere for a flop. De Vere knows it. He's quite disappointed in himself. Yeah. Unnecessary, this.
This is an absolute beaut penalty, isn't it? Late in the game, late in the count.
And again, there can be no objection from that man, Michael De Vere, nor from the Brisbane supporters. Tackle had been made. No need for a second tackle. Logan. Roosters not taking the chance from 40 metres out. Morley taken by Webke and Prince, and then from Bonetti for Fittler to go left to find Wing. Wing tries to beat them. Prince rides him into the ground. What a game he's had. Now Fletcher. Fletcher looks around to see who was with him. Bonetti. Fittler, Ricketson. Ricketson 7 out on 5. 7 metres out on the 5th tackle. They go to the blind side. Fittler puts a little kick in that'll go into touch.
Well, it wasn't played out by the Brisbane side. The last tackle, it will be the Broncos playing the football. There's some claims there that Sean Berrigan might have played at the football to stop it from going through.
Freddie asking the question. Protest entered and turned down. It's the sort of game, Pete, Paul, you never want it to end, do you?
Come to these matches, you know, you talk about grand final replays, grand final rematches. The expectations are always very high. There's a concern that it won't live up to that, but really, I haven't enjoyed a game more than the one we've seen tonight all year.
I've loved these forward clashes tonight. Sivanasiva, Tallis is an amazing player. How he breaks tackles and runs hard. And for the Roosters, they've had some good players. Brian Fletcher, Scott Logan's done his job out there. Mistake now by the Broncos.
Chance here for the Roosters. Chris Walker, out of frustration, did something a bit stupid here. No need for anything to come out of it.
Well, what he has done is given the Roosters another golden opportunity.
Andrew Voss sideline.
Last year in the grand final, if we are talking about grand final rematches, the Roosters had to wait to the 71st minute to score a try. Tonight it could be the 71st minute that wins the match if they score.
Fletcher will play the ball 20 metres out. Flannery, a dummy half. Ricketson, 10 metres out, right in front of the uprights. Bonetti.
Offside, Sivanasiva.
Right in front of the uprights. Sivanasiva has been found offside. A presentation, 2 points for the Sydney Roosters.
It's a very good play of the ball, quick play of the ball. Sivanasiva wasn't marking up correctly. Ricketson striving to get up. He's actually beaten Sivanasiva to his feet. Bonetti took off. Smart work by him as well. And no choice for the referee but to give that penalty.
Hood coming on, 21,126 at the Sydney Football Stadium tonight. Tremendous crowd. In fact, it even looks bigger than that. Tallis coming off. Is he? No, surely not. Surely not. Fitzgibbon. 10 metres out right in front. 56 points for the season. Will this be enough? Will 2 points get them over the line? At 18 all, Fitzgibbon. There it is. It is 20 points to 18. A break, and then we're back. Back at the Sydney Football Stadium, it's getting tenser by the minute. 28 times this great side has played here. The Broncos club, I should say, rather than side. They've won 20 of their matches here at the Sydney Football Stadium. 3 grand finals. They've won them here in a total of 5. All these statistics sort of suggested that maybe they'd do it again. But they're down 2018 to the Roosters, playing on their home park. The Broncos have got one more interchange. Ricketson will play the ball there. 40 out from his own line. Fittler running an angle, and then the ball comes back down to the Broncos. Standing there minding his own business. It was Luke Priddis. Gorden Tallis. Held by Fitzgibbon, Hood and Bernetti. 40-metre line. Sydney's end of the ground. Sivanasiva just turns his body side on as he comes to the confrontation with defence. 16 is away Justin Hodges to a point just inside the 20-metre line. Now they'll have to muscle up. They come wide on the left. Berrigan finding De Vere. De Vere playing at 10 metres out from Myers to Berrigan. He's gone to Sailor's wing. Up they go, and came off Singh. Down for Tallis. 6 more tackles. Broncos with a real chance. Sailor a metre from the line. Oh, gee, the 16 is offside. Surely he's playing an advantage on Morley. Morley didn't come into it. Berrigan for Prince. Prince back for Harrison. Harrison to the 10-metre line. Priddis now. Priddis, high shot by Morley. Got him across the ear. And Priddis has been... he's been slowed by it. Now Prince for Harrison. Put a question mark on Morley. Once offside, then a high shot on Priddis. I'm not so sure about either of them. Tallis is able to get it out the back. Berrigan, oh, he loses the ball. Dallas Hood was draped all over him, and he loses the ball.
Great defence by the Sydney Roosters tonight. Little set play. Tallis came on an angle from behind, offloaded to Berrigan. A big tackle there on Berrigan. But now we've got a report. I think it's this, might be this tackle on Priddis, is it? The touch does has finally come in.
Yeah.
Adrian Morley.
Yeah, it's on Morley.
That's what he's here for.
The play before he was offside, though. And I honestly thought Clark was playing an advantage. He smacked him just below the ear. And I think...
Let's have a listen.
I think Clark was more than generous to Morley at the time, if he saw it, because he had him on another offence that I think he could have penalised him for.
If he goes on report, he's got to be penalised here.
I'm not saying that's not right, Pete. No. There it is. The penalty goes to the Broncos.
And De Vere is opting to kick for goal here to try and level the scores.
I think they should have got a penalty when Morley was offside about 1 or 2 plays earlier, to be honest with you. There's Priddis coming off. The tackle hurt. No doubt about that at the time. This is the tackle again. I wouldn't mind going back if we can to play the ball immediately before that. You'll find the 16 gets himself well and truly offside. I juggle with that as we stay with De Vere.
Well, it's on the better side for a right footer. De Vere has been in outstanding form for not just this year, but tremendous last season. This has been a big plus for the Broncos, the improvement in the goal kicking off Michael De Vere.
15 in, 16 out. 2018. Roosters in front with 4.5 minutes to go. And one of the game's real sharpshooters Michael De Vere. That's what he's got. Hits it, coming, no! Didn't come round enough. 2018.
And Ray,
Collective sigh of relief from the red, white and blue.
And Ray, in such a tight finish, I can tell you one of Brisbane's key match winners is off the field. Darren Lockyer, he took a bout of the flu into this match. He succumbed in the 74th minute. Justin Hodges playing fullback at the moment, but if scores were to get level, I thought they were, if De Vere got the kick, they'd have their #1 field goal kicker off the field.
Sivanasiva to play the ball. 2 metres on his own side of the halfway. 3 3/4 minutes to go. Hodges. Now for Webke. Running at Fittler and Bernetti. Harrison. Burns. Getting it to 28 metres out.
He's 4 gone.
It has to be mistake-free, penalty-free from the Roosters. A claim there from the Broncos that there should have been a restart of the tackle count. That was turned down. Berrigan goes high. Underneath it, Flannery! Flannery, that might be the play of the night!
Yeah, it was
in goal.
a great take, wasn't it? But he's been forced in goal. But what a beautiful take. Gutsy stuff there from Flannery. Under the hammer from Darren Burns. And then Burns came again with Berrigan to put him in goal. Nothing much he could do about that.
Well, it's one of the toughest professions in rugby league. Fullback play, not only do you bring it down from the sky with you, then you have to take the buffeting and the barrage of defence.
He's done a fine job in the absence of Luke Phillips as Fittler gets a very good drop kick over the halfway line. That's what they wanted. Sivanasiva winds up.
2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Played by Platero Sivanasiva. Now for Justin Hodges. He will play the ball 28 metres out from the Roosters line for Berrigan to go to Myers. Back to Berrigan. Berrigan taken by Cross. 16 out now. 2 minutes to go. Burns. He's been prominent. 10 metres out. 22 metres in from the western sideline. Berrigan's pass has been knocked on. That might well be the ball game. The scrum will have to pack. And the Roosters will have it for 6 tackles to protect it. Fitzgibbon.
That is the ball game. They're too smart, the Roosters, to concede points now. They will be making sure that there is nothing against the feed here. A poor pass from Berrigan to Prince. And you will see absolutely nothing silly from the Roosters in this set. Get through to the last and drive it as deep as you can.
Big push by the Broncos. Hegarty played it. Fittler now. Fittler taken down by Myers. Second tackle. 1 minute and 5 seconds to go. 20 points to 18. Sydney leading Brisbane. 29 metres out from their own line. Third player's down. There goes 4. Fletcher. Fittler will position himself on this play for the big right foot. Hood.
Watch a charge down. Fittler pointing at the opposition. Webke, the only man coming through. No problems.
So Fittler's kick will be recovered by Hodges. And he runs away from Takiri. He runs across the park. 25 seconds on the clock and Brisbane are 85 metres away. Tallis uses Sailor. Sailor to the 30-metre line. 15 seconds on the clock now. Tallis to the 40-metre line. Then Prince. Now Burns. Burns to the halfway. Now Myers to the 40-metre line. 4 seconds to go. Play back to Berrigan. Berrigan for Prince and Prince for Berrigan. Berrigan for Takiri. Takiri inside 30. Takiri with a brush off. Now he's held. Gets it away. Flung to the ground. Dived on by Sivanasiva. Given back to Berrigan. Berrigan puts it in the air. The clock has gone past time. It's with Walker. Walker to the 40 and beyond. He's tackled and the Roosters have won it. Sydney Sydney has won it by 2 points. Brad Fittler, Sydney Roosters, Graham Murray, Sydney Roosters have beaten the Brisbane Broncos by 2 points.